How did a school try to buy your silence after you exposed their biggest lie? The school secretary walked into my class, whispered something to my teacher, and then both of them looked at me. That was my first red flag. I hadn't done anything, for once. Still, I grabbed my bag like I was about to be expelled and followed her to the office. The principal was already standing when I walked in, not sitting. Not relaxed, standing. Second red flag, he smiled way too hard and said, "We just need to ask you about something small." Anytime an adult says something small, it's never small. He started talking about missing exam papers, said someone might have accessed the grading system. And here's the thing, I actually had, not to cheat, I was trying to fix a mistake in my grade from last semester. One login led to another, and suddenly I realized their entire system had basically no security. So yeah, I played dumb. "I don't know anything," I said. He stared at me for a second too long, then his phone rang. Urgent. He stepped outside. And that's when I saw his computer. Unlocked. Wide open. You'd think I'd leave it alone, right? No. I turned the screen toward me, and within 5 seconds, I knew something was seriously wrong. Every student in the system had near perfect grades. Not good grades, perfect. Which made zero sense because half my class could barely pass a quiz without Googling answers under the desk. So I dug deeper. Clicked into archived records, and my stomach dropped. Real scores were buried underneath. Fails, consistent fails. Across the entire school. They weren't just adjusting grades. They were completely fabricating them. I didn't even think. I just pulled out my phone and recorded everything. Hands shaking. Heart racing. This wasn't just cheating. This was fraud. I heard footsteps and snapped back into position just before he walked in. He sat down, started talking again like nothing happened. And I just cut him off. Why are all the grades fake? Silence. Not confusion. Not denial. Silence. His face didn't just go pale, it collapsed. Like something in him gave up right there. He tried to lie at first. Said it was a system glitch. So I showed him my phone. And that's when everything changed. His tone, his posture, his entire personality. He went from authority figure to desperate. He started explaining fast, messy. Said the school was on the verge of losing funding. Said if the scores dropped, the entire place would shut down. Teachers would lose jobs. Then he looked straight at me and said, "You can help me fix this. Not keep quiet." Help me. That was the third red flag. Then came the offer. He said he could adjust my academic record permanently. Not just grades, attendance, recommendations, everything. Early graduation if I wanted. Direct referrals to universities. No exams, no pressure. Basically, a perfect future handed to me. And I'll be honest, for a second, I considered it. Because unlike everyone else, I knew my real grades weren't perfect. This would have changed everything for me. He saw that hesitation too. That's when he leaned in and said, "No one has to know." That's the moment I realized something. This wasn't about saving the school. This was about saving himself. So I nodded, pretended to agree, even shook his hand. Walked out of that office like I just sold my soul. And for the next week, I played along, skipped classes, watched how teachers acted, listened to conversations. The entire system was rotten. Not just him. They all knew. Every single one. That's when I stopped feeling guilty. I sent the video to the district board Sunday night. Didn't tell anyone. Didn't warn him. Monday morning, the school didn't even open. Locked gates. Officials everywhere. Teachers standing outside like they'd just been hit by a truck. And the principal, gone. No announcement. No explanation. Just gone. Here's the part that still messes with me though. My grades, they stayed perfect for months.